get increasingly familiar with this, I want to go back and remember the reasons why we did this with Gauss's law for electrostatics. So what do I mean by this? It either means that B dot ds locally, this scalar product, is either +1, -1, or 0 everywhere. That makes our integral tractable. Okay? So that's one thing we're going to do, is take advantage of symmetry. So we must have our ampere loop passing through the point of interest. And beyond that, we're going to choose it in a way that builds on the symmetry, okay? So this is best illustrated by specific examples rather than generic statements. So I'm going to integrate B dot ds, taking advantage of the above with our sign convention for the enclosed currents. And we need our right-hand rule, and then we just solve. Okay, so I'm going to do one other example of this, and then I'm going to set you guys to work on this. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll have time for that, but I may just post it up in my notes. So bear with me. I want to take this from a simple cylindrical geometry scenario to one that's a little bit more interesting, and it has to do with the solenoid that I mentioned. So there's going to be, as we've sometimes done with Gauss's law, some simplifications and idealizations. Think back to when we applied Gauss's law to capacitor plates. We often ignored edge effects. That's an example of simplification. We're going to see something similar now for a solenoid. So we're trying to figure out the magnetic field inside a long solenoid. So let me draw this up. I do not want to run too much over time, but I also want to make sure we get through this. Okay, solenoid. You've seen a few examples of this. Let me remind you. It's a tightly wound, multi-loop helix of conducting wire. Okay, so just think of it as a cylindrical helix, closely packed wires. And in terms of what the magnetic field looks like, maybe I can even show this to you now's a good time. All right, so a little bit lower on the light level. You've seen this last Thursday. This is iron filings surrounding wires. What I care about is you looking at these 2 points. Currents going in, coming out in each case. You've already seen this. I'm going to replace it in just a moment with a solenoid, but let me just remind you what you will see. So circular patterns around where the wire is going in and out. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take that and have this now be replaced by a multi-loop solenoid. Those old-fashioned cooking shows on TV. Here's one I made earlier. So, let's see. Okay, not particularly good helix here, but now you see many, many loops of this thing stacked against one another. Just a single current carrying wire. If I turn this on now, let's see what happens. Now you see a repetition of those circulating B fields at every point, here, 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 here. But interestingly now, you see the superposition effect. Okay? So what you see in terms of not just around where the wires are going into and out of that transparent plane, what you're seeing about the orientation of the magnetic filings inside the solenoid, right? They're lined up along the axis of the solenoid. So I want you, and I really do want you to think about how the magnetic field superposes from all of the points in the coil, and convince yourself that indeed it's going to give you an axial magnetic field, right? Just as we determined that the magnetic field from a single loop is along the axis through its center, we've extrapolated this to multiple loops stacked up one after the other, and so we end up with an axial field all the way through the middle. If you could see the ends, you would see that it's wrapping around, but now it's kind of off scale. All right, so that's what we're going to work with quickly. Keeping out of time. So, what you will convince yourself of is that the magnetic field inside is axial, and that indeed it flares around like this. So it's a little bit like our magnetic dipole from a bar magnet. And we're going to say that inside the magnetic field is axial. We've seen that it is. Outside here, we're going to say that the magnetic field is very weak because it spreads out essentially over large volume. And we'll see if we can calculate what the magnetic field actually is by using Ampere's law. So, give me a little bit of time, if you will. I'm going to imagine now an Amperian loop that is a rather maybe surprising shape. So I'm going to define a rectangle that cuts through one side of the solenoid. So that one side of the rectangle is axial inside the solenoid. Its opposite side is axial, but it's outside the solenoid. And then we have two bits here which cut perpendicularly across. Okay, we're going to magnify the effect of this to try and emphasize why this might be useful. Okay, so we're going to apply Ampere's law to this. I need to do a little bit of convincing of you of a couple of things here before we can actually do the approximation. So let me say that I'm going to call this A, B, C, D. And we're going to step around this rectangular Amperian loop. I'm going to make this a length H from here to here. All right, so what we're going to do is step around A, B, C, D, and back to A here, because we need it to be a closed loop. Why would I choose this geometry? Okay, so we're relying on symmetry plus some approximations. First off, inside, which is where I care about, by drawing this line axially, I'm claiming that not only is the magnetic field constant along this line because of the symmetry, but it's also parallel to my chosen path, A to B. Okay? So that would make that part of my Amperian loop simple. Out here, I'm extending it far enough that the magnetic field I'm going to claim is so weak I can ignore it. So in the sense of C to D, I'm going to claim that the magnetic field is really weak. Okay? So what's left? These two sides here. Now, let's just quickly take a look again at something in terms of symmetry, but now looking on a small scale. Let's see, I've got now my magnetic field like this. Let's say I have current going into the board here and current going out of the board up here. What can you tell me about the magnetic field in the regions between successive coils here, between successive loops of the coil? All right, since I'm out of time, I'm going to walk you through it like this. Current's going into the board down here. So locally, my magnetic field lines at this point are clockwise, wrapping around like that. Okay? Now I'm going to then go to its neighbor. And locally here, since the current's still going into the plane of the board, I've got magnetic fields that wrap around in a clockwise direction like this, and so on and so forth. Look at the symmetry between each successive pair here. Everywhere along here, I can see, at least I can maybe convince myself it's true, I have a magnetic field that is circulating in one direction. In this case, it's going down from this current carrying element, and it's going up from this current carrying element. So to some approximation, I'm going to get cancellation here. To some approximation. So I know I'm going a little fast here, but it turns out that if I make this rectangular path with those assumptions, then what does this look like? So I'm going to do A to B, bear with me, almost done. I'm going to say that in this case from A to B, it is this, E dot ds. Come back to that in just a moment. Then I've got from B to C, again, E dot ds. I'm going to run out of time, so plus integral from C to D, plus integral from D back to A. Okay, my claim is that for different reasons, I can say that this one is 0, this one is 0, and this one is 0. Okay, this one because it's really weak outside, these two because there's symmetry which cancels the effect of neighboring loops in the coil. Okay? So, some approximation. All I'm left with is this, and then in a moment I have to worry about what the net enclosed current is. So what does this look like? B times ds, it's the magnetic field inside here, times this distance. Okay. B times h, that's all I need. And then over on the right-hand side is, okay, I'm going to multiply this with the current. It's the number of turns per unit length times the length in question. Okay? So this is the number of turns per unit length, which is something that will always be given for a solenoid. Whatever that is, we're multiplying by the length that we've chosen our Amperian to have from A to B. Okay? So I know I'm going fast here, it's probably mildly confusing, but what you're seeing here is I've got a fixed current going throughout each loop. I've got n loops per unit length, and my length in question is h. Okay? Quick reworking of this will tell me that the current inside the solenoid is just this. Okay? So it depends only on current passing through it and on the density of loops that happen to make up the solenoid. Okay? Let me just have you guys stay just for a couple of minutes because I just want you to ask questions about this because I know it's a little bit moved a little bit quicker. I want questions generally about Ampere's law, but in particular about this application for determining the magnetic field on the solenoid. And then I'll just bring it out. Okay, you're anxious to get going. So, let me just summarize what we've done. Ampere's law is now a complementary way of figuring out B fields. It relies on integration around a closed loop rather than over a closed surface. We have a convention that we have to adopt. And then we're simply going to apply this to really three geometries. First off, the magnetic field outside a long straight wire. Secondly, the magnetic field inside a long but macroscopically large straight conductor. And thirdly, in this rather special idealized case, to find the magnetic field in the center of a solenoid. Okay? So I want you to review these. Last comment, and then we'll stop. You heard me say, I think it was in response to a comment by Noah, that if I take this solenoid now and take it from being an infinitely long solenoid and I kind of wrap it around to make a donut, a torus, I produce what's called a toroidal magnet. Okay? And there's one last twist which I will only ask you to read and will not ask you to reproduce, figuring out the magnetic field inside a toroidal magnet. Okay. We didn't get to, in particular, the problem on the middle board. I want you to take a look at that worked example in my notes. The second one, a little bit more involved. Again, ideally, you would read through it in my notes, but I'm not as committed to you doing that in the middle board. Okay? All right. I will see you guys on Thursday, not before. Anyone near the camera?